Hey guys, and welcome back to Sonic Multiverse. It's been a while since we worked on this what if, about 6 months, give or take. For the sake of time, I'm going to be assuming that you guys have watched part 1, link in the description. However, I will give a very brief summary of what happened. In this timeline, Shadow the Hedgehog wasn't created by Gerald Robotnik, but instead, Silver the Hedgehog was, making him the ultimate life form. Silver was cloned from the DNA of a quill that Gerald Robotnik found at one of the many Echidna temples, which the quill turned out to be Silver's from the future. It's a long time travel story. Many of the events play out the same as they did in Sonic Adventure 2, up until the point where the Eclipse Cannon blew up half the moon. This was the last straw for Silver. He was on board with bringing GUN to justice for the death of Maria, but he had no intention of terrorizing the world. After gathering the remaining Chaos Emeralds, Silver turned into Super Silver and obliterated the Space Colony Ark's Eclipse Cannon, but in the process, he ran out of rings and plummeted to the Earth's surface. Luckily, his super form lasted just long enough to break his fall, but even in super form, that blow was more than enough to injure him. Taking advantage of the situation, Dr. Eggman took the ultimate life form and sealed him away for further experimentation. Luckily for Silver, he would be saved by his one-time associate, Rouge the Bat, but when he awoke, he had no memory of how he got there or who he was. All he remembered was his name, Silver the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form. After a brief scuffle with E123 Omega, the three decided that they had a common enemy in Dr. Eggman, and joined forces to create Team Grey. And this is where our story continues. The newly formed Team Grey raced through Seaside Hill in pursuit of Dr. Eggman. The trio worked quite well together. Silver would freeze the enemies with psychokinesis, Rouge would use her bombs, and Omega, well, he would blow them to shreds with his arsenal of weaponry. Before long, the heroes came across what seemed to be Dr. Eggman, piloting the Egg Hawk.
So, you're the fools who've been smashing up my robots. You think you can stand against me?
Silver quickly put two and two together and realized that this must be Dr. Eggman, the man that placed him inside that pod.
I don't want to fight you, but tell me, Doctor, what was I doing asleep in your base? And what happened to my memories? Your memory? Ha! What memory? You have no past to remember. And now did you stand against me, Dr. Ivo Robotnik? You'll have no future either.
As Rouge and Omega prepared themselves for the inevitable fight, Silver felt a sudden pain. A sudden itch that he just couldn't scratch. Robotnik. That name, it sounds familiar, but Silver began to experience flashes of a past, a life that he lived before now. He couldn't see the full picture. As the flashes reached their peak, Silver screamed out, finally snapping back to reality. As Silver looked up, he saw his teammates battling against the Egg Hawk. Silver quickly engaged his rocket boots and raced over to assist. Using his psychokinetic powers, Silver ripped off one of the wings of the machine. With the Egg Hawk all but defeated, Eggman made a decisive retreat. His pawns laid down suppressive fire, giving the Doctor a chance to escape. Team Grey inevitably defeated them all, but the Doctor was long gone before then. Rouge flew over to make sure Silver was alright.
I'm fine. It's nothing. Come on, let's keep moving.
From this point on, many of the events from Team Dark's campaign from Sonic Heroes plays out more or less the same as it did there. The only difference being Silver being in the place of Shadow. Silver, of course, is far more optimistic than Shadow, However, he's clearly disturbed by the lack of answers about his past. After Team Grey defeats the Egg Emperor, the group briefly split up. Since Omega has defeated Dr. Eggman, or at least who he believes to be Dr. Eggman, he sets off to destroy all the badniks aboard the ship. Silver chooses to keep guard as he feels that the fight was a bit too easy. He might not know the Doctor all that well, but the guy's clearly smart enough to build an armada of battleships. He wouldn't go down that easily, would he? And as the boys set off to do their thing, Rouge sets off to find Eggman's alleged treasure, but comes across something very different. Hidden within the ship, hangar by hangar, was a series of containers. Within each of these pods, silently slept bioorganic machines, holding a striking resemblance to Silver. These are the Silver androids, sealed away in the pods where no one would ever know. Rouge wasn't sure what to make of this information. Should she tell Silver? Is it possible he could be one of these machines? Before Rouge even had a chance to question this any further, she heard a rumbling from outside. As Team Grey met up with the rest of the heroes, they looked up in awe and shock as Metal Overlord revealed himself.
All living things kneel before your master.
The events of the last story play out more or less the same as usual. After the air teams wear him down, Team Supersonic defeated the Metal Overlord, forcing him back into his base form. As Metal lays helpless on the ground, the heroes march towards him. Metal tries to get back up, but Silver holds him down with his psychokinesis.
It's no use, Metal. You can't defeat us. But I possessed all of your skills. How did I lose?
Because we're Sonic. Before the blue hedgehog could complete his thought, he was quickly interrupted by a sudden booming noise in the distance. Some sort of gateway, a portal, had appeared in front of the heroes. Approaching the heroes was a familiar face in unfamiliar garb. Hey everyone, long time no see. Many of the heroes were in shock, particularly Tails, at seeing what appeared to be an older version of the fox. Before a single word could be stated, another figure emerged from the portal.
I'm sure you got a lot of questions, but right now, the fate of the world is at stake.
And this is where we're leaving this what if for right now. I'm sure you guys got a lot of questions. Where does Silver go from here? What's with this time-hopping Tails? And most notably, how does Shadow exist in this timeline? All will be explained in due time, but for right now, I hope you all have a good day.